One of the things that's really difficult to comprehend in Torah is when there are aspects of Jewish law or thought that are misogynist, that are really coming from a viewpoint of man power over women, or at least seem that way. And one of the texts that I was recently learning really has that sense on the outside. Whenever that happens, I try to look deeper into it and try to find something that maybe is less um, an interpretation that it's just kind of the men ruling over the women, and maybe something that has a depth, um, philosophical depth to it. Let me explain. I was learning the Mishnah in Kiddushin. It's a Mishnah that talks about beginning of marriage, or really engagement. Now, in American society, we have the same thing. We have an engagement, we have a marriage, two parts to a marriage. Before you get married, you got to get engaged. And the engagement itself, though, really doesn't have any teeth. It's not a real thing. Like, what changes between the day you get engaged in America and the day after? Just that now you're committed to getting married. You're now engaged. And, but if you call it off, it wouldn't be any really different legally than calling it off before the engagement, right? It's the same thing. But really, what there is some teeth, actually, if you think about it, because now there's a ring, so there's some monetary value invested, as well as socially, like the word got out, oh, they got engaged. And so there's also some kind of teeth there, but legally there's not. Whereas in Jewish law, the Kiddushin, or the first part of the marriage, which is an engagement, used to take place earlier and it had teeth. Once you got engaged, that was it. You are like now like stuck in this process of marriage. And so it didn't really work well. In fact, the rabbis didn't like that, so they stuck it all together. Now today, we have two ceremonies, the engagement and the marriage, that both happen under the chuppah. That's why we have two glasses of wine. And so the Mishnah, getting to the Mishnah, it says that a woman is acquired in marriage by a man in three ways: through kesef, shtar, or bia, through money or a value, a document which has no value. It's just a piece of paper with writing. Will you marry me with the acceptance of this piece of paper, right? No value. Or bia is actually interesting. It's marital relations. It's sex. Like, in what world can you enact a legal reality through sex? And here you can. It sounds very misogynistic in the whole like language of acquiring, but I think there is. I'm trying to think of a deeper way of understanding it. That marriage is, on one level, it really is a merger of two lives, and to make that merger happen, the most simple way is monetarily. That's how mergers generally happen, right? So a gift of value, an acceptance of a gift of value. And so now like marriage as a kind of acquisition, of a kind of, monetary merger. The second level is deeper, I think, which is just a note. It's the meeting of the minds. It's marriage by acknowledgement, or marriage by two people saying, hey, I want to marry you. And the woman saying, okay, I want to marry you too. And taking that note, which has no value, but it's just, the value is we agree on this. And the last one, I think, is the deepest of all, though I don't think it's encouraged to marry this way, but the idea of, like, I don't want a financial marriage or engagement. I don't want a meeting of the minds, like an intellectual engagement. I want a love, like the act of love, to be that which ties us together. The act of unifying is one to be that which ignites our legal connection, our merger. So I don't know. Maybe I'm like, trying too hard to make it deep. But that were my thoughts on kind of a difficult Mishnah, the first Mishnah in Kiddushin. Let me know what you think.